Who's next on the menu, Frank?
Born and raised from Brooklyn, New York, we have Frandie.
Hi, Frandie. Where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. My parents are from Dominican Republic, so I'm a proud Dominican for sure.
Habla español.
Claro que sí.
Bueno.
Claro que sí.
How you been involved with Frank, though?
So I've been in the independent scene in New York for maybe 10 years now.
Right.
And ended up coming across Frank through another mutual artist. I was putting my own events together. And he's a friend of Frank and connected us and been working together ever since.
Shout out to Artistry.
Shout out to Tech.
How do you see the rap music right now? I mean, so far, I know you, that's why we've been talking since it. Now we all underground people, underground cats. I asked the question to Frank before, what's the underground is. What's your point of the underground now?
I think this is true of a lot of musical genres. The real spirit of it lives in the underground and the independent scene. I think we try to preserve it.
Yeah.
And we are true to it and we respect it, you know. No knock on mainstream music. I also have some songs that are probably a little more mainstream.
Why not?
But yeah, I think the true spirit of hip-hop lives in the underground, indie scene, battle rap, those kind of things.
So now you got an album already out, or what are you working on?
I just released a new EP called Rubirosa. Trying to figure out how to not expand on this too much. But I released a new EP about 2 weeks ago. Rubirosa was a Dominican diplomat, race car driver, actually died here in Paris. And is kind of what people consider the archetype of a Dominican man. So I've been trying to figure out how to put together that side of myself and the English and the Spanish and the confidence and the vulnerability in one project. And I think this is that for sure.
Okay.
So it's all about him?
No, it's inspired by him.
Okay.
In the sense of like, metaphorically, I feel like I'm living that same life. And I also have the fear of maybe it'll end the same way that his did.
Okay.
He died in a car crash, and like the fast life comes with the pros and the cons.
You just got hit by a car, too.
Okay.
I did get hit by a car.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I did get hit by a car twice in the last year.
Uh-oh. Frandie, what do you expect when you come over here in Paris? And what do you expect to see in them?
That's a good question. I frankly had no expectations until I heard that you guys have a great hip hop scene. And it's my second.
It's a lie.
Such generations hip hop radio.
It's an illusion.
we lied to you guys.
My bad, Frandie. My
Not
bad.
even real.
My bad.
But it
My
works.
bad.
It's okay. It's okay, man. I didn't really expect much. The first time I was here was not as an artist, and this is my second time in Paris, and it's been a completely different experience and seeing how people really embrace
Right.
pop culture, even like how they dress.
How they
it's like-
fight.
How they fight? That was funny. We can't tell that. We can't tell the story on the radio. We can't.
She did.
You already did. You already told it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She
All
big
right.
Brooklyn.
That's great. Yeah. Listen, I respect that. I just don't want to give Brooklyn a bad rep. So it's like
They fought out here. It
but
was
we do it too.
Parisian.
We do it too. That's what I'm saying. Like, but yeah, I it's been much better than I expected. I appreciate how much you guys uphold the culture and genuinely live it. Like you can tell that people are real hip hop heads and it's in their blood. Like I really appreciate that.
In New York, you still have the mindset of hip hop culture or not? Big question.
It's a great question. I don't think as much as we used to. It's disappointing, to be honest with you. It's the birthplace of hip hop,
Right.
right? Like, and a lot of the acts that come out of there now, or that people give credence to, or credibility to, I don't think are maybe true to what that spirit is. And maybe I'm just the old guy, right? And like,
We all.
yeah, and maybe hip hop to me is something else than what it is now. But I think that there's a lot more of that genuine hip hop culture in other places outside of New York. And it's not that it doesn't exist, right? Like we're from New York, so clearly it exists on some level. Like we're trying to keep hip hop alive. But yeah, I think New York has maybe transcended being an underground scene, and it's like one of the biggest cities in the world, So I
Right.
think that their focus is a little different.
We're going to hear your track.
Sorry I'm late,